climbing. Look, he fell. He's like, what do you mean they had an affair? We're on Crybaby Whims. I think it's episode 29. Blossom is on holiday with her father, Timothy, who she now knows is not her biological father, as well as her sister, Mabel, and her sister, Mabel's girlfriend, and their child as well. So they have an infant here who's been a little bit neglected this whole trip. She's not our kid, so I don't have to worry about that. Blossom made some muffins. This is our last day of vacation. We're gonna go home soon. But last time, Blossom let Timothy know that she found out the truth. She found out that he is not her biological father. She found a note that Willow had written to Andy, who is her biological father, but whom she's never met. And now she knows the truth. Because Timothy knows, he's texted Willow and let her know as well. Timothy was a little bit upset with her sharing. He didn't really know how to react. And he didn't react very well, if you ask me. But, you know, a couple of days have passed. He's cooled off a little bit. They had a good talk last night. Hopefully they're at a place where they can at least not be awkward around each other. I think that there's maybe still, Timothy might still have to deal with a little bit of stuff on his own. Since the divorce, I do like to imagine Timothy has gotten a therapist and he's working through his emotions on his own. And we did see that when Blossom spent the summer with him. We saw he was parenting a little bit differently than he had in the past. I do think that he's going to now work through this whole situation with them as well. And hopefully he will be able to, you know, continue to be a supportive father figure in Blossom's life. As for Blossom, I don't think she really has a problem with Timothy keeping the secret. I think she has more of a problem with Willow. So I think for her, going home is actually going to be the bigger challenge. We're just kind of having a bit of a slow morning. It's the morning after New Year's. So it's the first day of the new year, and you can see that we actually do have an event on, and it's the big spring cleanup. So I think we are gonna go home. We came in to see, oh, Mom, what are you watching on TV? And Willow just walked away. So for Blossom's Jen, she is supposed to love flowers, and she has to complete this freelance botanist aspiration. Willow's completely left us alone. As soon as we walk into the living room, I think she just doesn't know how to react to Blossom now that Blossom knows the truth. Let's make sure that Blossom goes around and takes care of all of her plants. And I wonder if it would be possible for us to get any new plants at all. I guess that is something that you do in the spring. You normally do plants in the spring, don't you? Planters are in here. Blossom's classmates just keep showing up and asking to be best friends because it's a little bit aggressive. All right, we're gonna apologize, but we don't want to be best friends. We already have a couple of best friends in our lives. Let's go plant more of these plants. Oh, I can't plant the lemon? Oh, I think these planter boxes are too small for trees. So that's fair enough. It would be a lot to have a tree on your balcony in an apartment, I think. I wanted to do it, but it's not gonna let us, and that's fair enough. Now, I was trying to plan a little bit what we're gonna do over the next few days. So Blossom ages up next weekend. So we're gonna go to prom on this Saturday. But one of the things that Blossom definitely wants to do is she wants to learn more about her father. Now, I don't know if we should do that before or after she ages up, because she could take a trip potentially as soon as she's an adult. Or do we think that because Andy was the one that left and he's the one that said he never wanted to talk to Willow again, would Willow discourage her from going to meet Andy at all because he went completely no contact? Do we think that maybe Blossom would sneak out as a teenager and take a trip on her own to go see him? Yes, sneaky teen? Okay, do we think we should try sneaking out tomorrow? Maybe she would even ask Ashton for money or something. Ashton doesn't know the truth, but maybe if she told Ashton, he could at least call, because Ashton is really good friends with their cousin, Anchor, the eldest son. He could arrange for Anchor to help her out when she gets there. Let's ask him to go out for coffee with us. All right, where should we go? Oh, you know what? Maybe she would ask Ashton to go to the gym with her because Ashton does really like to work out, and working out is part of spring clean day. So maybe they can go together. Oh, they can climb together. He's gonna do a vertical incline and she's just gonna do like a gentle climb. And then maybe while they're alongside each other, she'd be like, so I actually did have something I want to talk to you about. Has Mom ever said anything to you about our uncle Andy and our aunt Sydney? Like, Does she ever talk to you about them? Like, you met them before they moved away, right? Because they used to be neighbors. So Ashton definitely grew up with his cousin. So he'd probably be like, oh yeah, they were cool. I don't really know why they decided to move away. I still talk to Anchor all the time. I think she would tell him, well, I found this note that mom actually was writing to Andy and she didn't send it. And then she would tell Ashton what it said, which is basically that she's really hurt by Andy and that Andy is her biological father. I feel like the shock of that revelation, Ashton would definitely stop climbing. Look, he fell. He's like, what? What do you mean he's your father? What do you mean they had an affair? Now he's got a headache. He's like, this is all too much. I don't know. He wants to go to the sauna. He's like, can we take a break? Can we go to the sauna? Let's tell him our plan. I want to know exactly what happened from Andy's perspective. How did he feel about leaving and why has he never bothered to get in touch? And is he really okay with me not knowing the truth of who my parents are? And I just want to meet him and see what he's like. Okay, well, I think that's enough. It's getting late. Let's take these two home. Or maybe Ashton would be like, yeah, you're heading home. I'm just going to stay a little bit. I need to just decompress. Here's my bank card. Ashton makes a lot of money, by the way. He's like the reason we can keep living in that penthouse because Willow alone, I don't think she could afford to pay the bills. Let me text Anchor. He can help you out and make sure that he can meet you at the other end and you can figure things out that way. We're going to put Blossom to bed. She's going to be like, oh, I have to go to school. I have an early school day. Mom, can't really talk. Good night. And Willow is like, don't care. Do whatever you want. So we're going to make ourselves some eggs. And then we're going to head off. I feel like it's far enough away that Blossom is going to have to spend the night. So we're probably going to have to make an excuse as to why it is we're not coming home with our mom. Oh, we didn't get to eat our eggs and toast. Oh, well. So Blossom is going to go do a little bit of a travel and she's going to head off to Windenburg. And I guess we're just going to have to imagine that Atlas went to meet her at the airport, pretend that they picked us up, and now maybe they have school as well, or they're probably an adult too. So who knows what they're doing, but they had other stuff to do. So they just dropped us off at Andy's house. I mean, maybe he'll be inside, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, there he is. I can really see how much Blossom looks like him. Ashton should have picked up on this because they really do look a lot alike. Let's knock on the door because he's probably gonna go inside as soon as we hit play. And then which cousin is this? This is one of the younger boys, I think. Austin. Come on in. They're like, oh, who is this? And he's like, Willow did text me and let me know that you know the truth. I have no idea what you would do if your estranged daughter from your affair showed up after you had moved so far away. What would you do? He would probably say, let's go out. Let's leave the house. Let's ask Andy about if he has any children. And this can be her kind of being like, yeah, so I am your child, by the way. I have 4 children, so he knows that she's his child. He'd probably be like, yeah, let's talk about this somewhere else, not here. All right, so these two are going to go, maybe they can sit at a table that's a little bit more private. Okay, so how would we start? What would we say? Maybe we could discuss fears and just say, I was really nervous to come and meet you, but when I found out the truth, I had to come as soon as I could. I've been sitting on this for a few months now. I found out around Thanksgiving, and obviously it's the new year, but I just finally told my parents that I knew the truth and I wanted to come and meet you right away. It looks like they're already getting along. They're kind of laughing and stuff like that. She's like, don't blame mom. She didn't want me to come, or she hasn't really talked to me about this, but I could tell in the note that you didn't really want to meet me, but I don't think that's fair. I am your child. He's like, you're right. I understand that. And, I apologize. This affair, it was just really out of my character. It wasn't. That's the second or third time he's cheated. I really think it's unfair the way that mom kept this from me. If I had known, I would have wanted to come and meet you earlier. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Your mom is trash. All she wants is money. I don't know what he's thinking. But yeah, so she's met Andy at least. She's like, well, now that I'm here, I actually can't go home. My flight home is tomorrow. So do you think I could crash at your place? Because Not only are your sons my cousins, but they're also my brothers. So I kind of want to meet them. So Andy's probably like, okay, I guess that makes sense. So he's probably over there texting Sydney right now and is like, I don't know how else to explain this. We do know that he did tell Sydney about the affair. I think he would have told her that there's a child, but they did decide to kind of go no contact with Willow. I don't know how I would react if I was Sydney. You know, Sydney's not going to say no. It's not Blossom's fault, this whole situation. Blossom probably doesn't know what to make of it either. Now that she's here, she's like, I don't know what I was expecting out of this. Did I expect my biological dad to embrace me and accept me and tell me how much he's missed me and wanted to get to know me? That's got to be a little disappointing because I don't think that's Andy's reaction at all. He's kind of awkwardly like, let's go talk about this somewhere else. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the kids maybe are a little bitter towards, they could be bitter towards Blossom, but they could also be bitter towards their parents too. Like, wouldn't you want to know if you had a secret sister out in the world? I feel like I would. So I think she's discussing her fears about like meeting the rest of the family, but she's like, I think it's better to live out in the open. I don't want to be like a secret and I don't want to ruin your life or your family's life. I just felt like I deserved to at least meet you. And I wanted to hear like from your side how you feel about the fact that you haven't known me. And Andy, like, I don't think Andy cares, to be honest, but Andy would probably be nice about it and be like, I've always been a little curious, you know. Let's head back to the house. He's texted the family, so they know she's coming. And we're going to go meet our cousins. All right, let's go do like a funny introduction because it's a little awkward, the situation. We're like, hey, so I'm your cousin / sister. I think, is Austin the youngest one? Or Atlas? I don't even remember who's the youngest anymore, to be honest. So this is our Aunt Sydney. She would be meeting Sydney for the first time here. She's very compatible with Andy, but she doesn't seem to be with any of the other families so far. Let's go meet Atlas. Oh my gosh, and that would be Anchor, our eldest cousin. There we go. Look, she gave him a big hug. That's nice. Maybe Blossom would be like, can we order pizza actually when we're at somebody else's house? We might not be able to. But I could see Blossom being like, why don't I order a pizza for everybody? Maybe what we should do is we should go eat out at a restaurant. It would probably be overwhelming. I think it would be a lot to ask Sydney to like make dinner for everyone, including like the child of her husband's affair. Well, she's feeling pretty good. She's like, this might be awkward, but it needed to happen, and I'm glad it did. Okay, let's leave the churros here, Blossom. Let's go out to a restaurant. So I think we're going to we're gonna bring Andy. Let's bring Sydney, and then where are the cousins? Maybe we won't bring Anchor. Maybe we'll bring the younger two, actually. And Blossom has Ashton's credit card, so maybe she would still pay the bill because she would feel bad. And they'd be like, no, you're a teenager. And she's like, it's not my money. It's my brother's. He's rich. Just let me pay for it. That's probably why she's feeling so confident. Sydney's all dressed up real nice. Even Andy looks pretty nice. Like, he's dressed up too. I'm curious who's gonna sit next to who. Oh yeah, Sydney's like putting herself in the corner. Blossom just went right ahead and went to the head of the table. She's like, I'm just gonna sit here right in the middle so I can get to know all of you. All right, let's order everyone some food. Definitely, I feel like we should get Sydney a nice expensive glass of wine. And then I guess we'll just chat. I'll bet you Blossom would probably end up having more fun chatting with the cousins because they're closer to her age and it'd probably be cool to meet brothers that you didn't know you had. New family dynamic, Joesters. Blossom and Austin just can't stop cracking each other up. It's always a hoot when these two are in the same room. Oh, that's so cute. So she's already getting along really well with Austin is still a teen, so they are very close in age. Probably it was like their makeup baby. I wouldn't be surprised because they did have him like once they moved here. So I think it's cute. They're getting along really well. She's probably thinks it's really cool to have met him. Look at how quickly her fun is going up. There we go. Here's your order. Enjoy. Thank you. All right. Well, this is an awkward situation, but she is getting along quite well with her new brothers that she has just met. I do think it's really cute that she's met them and gets along with them so well. And she really does look a lot like Andy. Look at Andy. Okay. Look at Andy. I'm going to take a photo. And then let's go look at Blossom. She's definitely got his mouth, I think. And as we mentioned before, she has dark hair and dark eyes, and both of her parents have light hair and light eyes. Let's get some dessert too. This is our one opportunity to hang out with our cousins. So I think anyone that would want dessert, they would get it. Blossom is very brave. The fact that she just came to this world on her own and was just like, yeah, I'm gonna meet my family and I feel confident about it. And I can definitely show up on their doorstep. And I just assume that they will have time for me and accept me. So, and that's what she did. And here she is. She's having a great time with them. I think she's having a great time with, honestly, like her cousins / brothers, more so than she is with her dad and her aunt. I do think it was worth the trip for her. And I think that this will have settled her curiosity a little bit. I think what we'll probably do is we'll stay at their house overnight. And then tomorrow, maybe she'll do a little bit of sightseeing on her own. I don't think that she wants to like take up more of the family's time at this point. She does love flowers, so maybe she would learn a little bit about the flowers in the area. So that's probably what we will do on our last day here. So are any of you dating anyone? Because I'm definitely not. Let's go and add our new family to Social Bunny. We'll wait and see if Andy would actually ask to follow us, but I kind of feel like he's not going to. So I don't think Blossom will either. I think she's kind of seeing that like Andy doesn't really necessarily, he's not thrilled that she found him, and I think Blossom can probably sense that. But she is glad to have at least met him. I think for her, what she's going to take away from this trip is this new relationship with Ashton especially. They seem to be really close. And because they left the dishes on the table, poor Sydney, she has to like stand and eat her lemon meringue pie standing. As if the situation isn't bad enough, now she's like lost her seat at the table too. These guys didn't even touch their food, so I'm guessing they didn't think it was very good. Let's travel home with everyone. We're gonna go ahead and head to sleep, and then I think tomorrow we're going to sort of like leave the family. Sorry, I know you were watching that, but we need to get some sleep. We're tired. Oh, was everyone just hanging out outside the whole night? They were. Look, these two are having like a really deep talk. Oh, Sydney's looking a little bit sad. Oh, and cold. Oh my gosh, don't die. Come inside. Oh no. Is the fire from the microwave? Where's the fire? Oh, someone was barbecuing something. Blossom, can you go be brave? Go extinguish it or call the fire department. Don't put yourself in danger. You are our heir. We can't have anything happen to you. Let's go finish our oatmeal. That was a little bit of drama for the morning. Andy stole our oatmeal. All right, we're gonna have to do another one. Let's do a breakfast burrito. Andy must be comfortable enough with us if he stole our breakfast. That's rude. He's like, hey, thanks for making this for me. You are a great daughter. Maybe I should have had girls. He's feeling a little bit sad too. Probably just generally overwhelmed. Why are none of the kids like sleeping in their beds? They're all like napping all over the house, but not a single one of them has gone to bed. That's so funny. All right, so we're gonna have our breakfast burrito and then we're gonna say goodbye to everyone. And we're just kind of gonna go explore a little bit. We're gonna see what we can find around the world. Oh my gosh, look at how she's holding that burrito. That burrito must be very sticky. Looks like Blossom just befriended a family-motivated sim. Family-motivated sims tend to first and often enjoy spending time with children. Would she like family-motivated sims? Let's say yes. I feel like, you know, with her family history, even the fact that like Blossom was only born after Willow started going to university and started trying to focus on a career. So she's been a lot more focused on that than her kids by the time Blossom came around. And we know she had a little bit of a bad start with Blossom as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Blossom is hoping to sort of change things a little bit for herself and for any kids that she might have in the future. I think she would really want to put a little bit of that extra emphasis on family, that she feels like things in her family have been so messed up, and she's had her siblings, her parents, you know, were divorced when she was young, and her mom was always busy growing up. And so maybe that's something that she wants, like she wants to just be a lot more present in her own kids' lives. And she might want to make sure that, you know, if she has a family, like everyone stays together, because obviously with her family, that's not what happened. Everything kind of got messed up. Everyone split up and things got very, very complicated. All right, let's go around. Let's say goodbye to Andy. We'll thank him for meeting us. I don't want to go to school. Can I just cancel? I guess we'll join her and then we'll cancel the school day again. So we'll just pretend like this didn't happen. Let's say that we thanked Andy for meeting us and for being willing to like let us stay the night and answer some of our questions. And then I think we'll just text the boys and be like, it was great meeting you. Like, add me on Social Bunny. Hopefully I'll see you again one day and stuff, because she did get along really well with them. So I'm sure that we will see them again. So we're not at school. We never came here. Just pretend. I think with that, Blossom would just take a look around Windenburg because she's come all the way out here. Is there anywhere that she can go that is like more plant focused? Let's go to this park. We're just gonna go on our own. We'll just take sort of a look around and see if there's any plants we can collect, because Blossom does love flowers. Flowers might not have grown necessarily, but I would be curious just to take a little look. Whoa, this is really nice. Oh my gosh, look at how cute this place is. Can we go play this guitar? Oh my gosh, there's like a movie theater here. Oh, this park is so cute. Oh my gosh, I like it so much. But I did say we were coming here for flowers, right? Sorry, I'm already getting distracted. I'm like, look at the guitar. Okay, let's take a look around and see if I can find any flowers. They would probably be like around here. There's mushrooms. I guess we could go harvest mushrooms. Bluebells. See, it would be really nice. It'd be really nice if we could get these bluebells. I think those would be really like nice flowers for us to have. Oh, we do have bluebells, don't we? I'm not actually 100% sure. Oh no, we do have bluebells. Okay, never mind. I was just hoping that we could potentially like find some other flowers and stuff that we could collect so that we could grow when we go back home. But maybe now that she's learned bluebells are a part of this world, maybe Blossom will want to grow them on her own. I'm gonna take a look around. I don't really see any other flowers. I think it's just mushrooms. We'll pick them anyways while we're here. Let's travel one more time, and then let's go to this Hare and Hedgehog cafe. We went to the other one before, but let's stop by for a coffee. Maybe we can get a little bit of lunch here. How are we feeling? Are we even hungry? Okay, let's just order something to drink. Let's get the barista's recommendation. This place is really nice. It's got really nice fountains and stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is nice. They've got some chess tables and games and stuff here, and places where you can do some murals. Oh yeah, this is very nice. Wow, I really like it. I don't see the point in talking to Willow anymore, but I guess I'll just put on a face. Andy, oh my gosh, she's texting us that about our mom. Not Andy being like, I mean, he hasn't talked to Willow in years anyways, but he's definitely like, I don't see the point in talking to her anymore. Like, he's like even texting us being like, don't talk to your mom, she's trash. Whoa, this barista needs a little bit of training. Did you see that milk? It like went everywhere. Okay, well, I think we're actually gonna leave things here. So there is actually a reason why I'm ending the part in the coffee shop today. Some of you might remember that there is a very important event that happens in a cafe, but officially for the part, I will end it here for today. If you are on YouTube and you're enjoying this series, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and I will see you next time. From my emotions,